You can't play like this with black against a grandmaster unless your name's Magnus Carlsen. Good thing it's Magnus Carlsen playing black. His opponent plays d4, taking the center. Magnus just develops his knight. He plays c4, and now the whole center is his opponent's. Looks a bit scary for Magnus here, but we have rook e1 by his opponent, and Magnus defies all opening principles, playing knight a6. Crazy move. It should not be good, but honestly, it's not too bad. So we have queen out, defending the pawn, maybe going to push it, but Magnus stops it, so he cannot push the pawn. We have d5 by his opponent, and in this position, think what you'd play. You might be thinking knight here, attacking the queen maybe e6, but Magnus plays an amazing move, b5. After takes, knight out, attacking the queen, all of Magnus's pieces look like they're gonna start activating. We have queen takes, knight takes, desperately holding on here by Magnus, but it is amazing because this bishop now has the diagonal open. Both these knights are in the center of the board, and he can move his rook over, and it looks really good for Magnus. If you play something like e4, looks really nice, but then after knight here, hitting the rook and hitting the queen, we have queen back, take the rook, and you're just up in exchange. So you can't play that. And then after knight takes, we have knight a3 by his opponent, and now a6 and takes. This is not the correct move. He had to play something like here, but he didn't see it, so he took, and Magnus now sees bishop here, and his queen is actually trapped. If he were to play something like h4 here, Magnus would move his rook over and be hitting the queen, and there's nowhere for it to move except for here, and then he just goes there and the queen's trapped. So he plays bishop out, targeting the knight, and Magnus plays his rook over, hitting the queen. So his opponent desperately tries to get as many pieces as he can for the queen. So he gets a knight and a rook for a queen. That's 8 points for 9 points. So it's a better trade for Magnus. And Magnus even gets another point here by taking the pawn, hitting the knight, hitting the rook. We have a rook over, attacking the bishop. Magnus plays queen a5, hitting the bishop, hitting the knight. And then we have, or if we have, bishop takes e7, kamikazeing with the bishop. We have knight takes, rook takes, and you take the knight and you're threatening the rook, so it doesn't work. And if we have knight c2 by his opponent, that's what he actually played. You take the bishop, trade the bishops, and then we have queen in by Magnus. And then he defends the rooks and defends the knight. And now we have bishop takes, attacking here now. He moves his knight out of the way so it doesn't get taken. Everything looks defended here for white, but Magnus just has too much development, and his opponent right now is really low on time. This was only a 3-minute blitz game. So we have bishop back, and then a4 by his opponent, e6, and Rasmus runs out of time in this position. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.